Hi there, it's Andrew from C1D Paintball, and I am wearing a speedball jersey. Quarantine's been long, I miss paintball. But do I miss paintball to the extent that I actually wear a speedball jersey? I gotta rethink this. Give me a minute. Well, that's more natural. I was gonna say better, but don't insult speedball players. I think I already might have. Andrew from C1D Paintball as I start this up again. And today's video is an experimental one. Not the video itself, but the LaSalle Paintball at the time. This was just a little bit after it had opened. And there were a group of regular airsoft players that were renting the field privately to do practice for some sort of tournament. So they'd been there a few weekends. And what they did is, there is a curtain that used to go and divide the field at LaSalle Paintball, as I'll show in this little image here that I'm going to pop up. And so you could divide the field into two. Now, what happened on one day, as you know, we like to go, Connor and I and whoever else from C1D is with us, we like to be the first people there, usually on a Saturday at noon, and we like to practice up a little bit. Now, what happened in this particular case is the referee decided, you know what, he didn't put the curtain out, and there was nobody else on the field. The airsofters weren't there at the time, but they wanted to try to do a different type of a game setup to see how it worked. So we're kind of getting the guinea pigs on this. It was 3v3, although Connor had marker issues, so it ended up dropping to a 2v3 for 2 quick games here. But we're just experimenting. Now we're using the east side of the field, and you know, somebody's spawning north, somebody's spawning south. Now, the only thing I can relate to it is when you play commando, you line up like that as well, except you're just on the second floor. But in this case, instead of just using the top floor, we're using both floors on it. And what happened is the ref asked us in the staging area before, hey guys, I just want to do a couple quick games, try something different. Do you guys want to help out? No problem. Max says the game lasts 8 minutes anyway at the field, so you know, it was going to take 16 minutes. Trust me, the games are over fairly quickly here. So anyway, we're going to give this a try. Not great footage, but just shows, you know, we were helping the field out a bit. It was interesting, a different mindset, because we kind of had to approach things differently on the fly. And that's it. So let's get this video started.
Les deux étages? Okay, I'll run up the crow's nest. You know where you're going, Connor? Come with me, come back here. Call hit if you're hit.
Alright, now I mentioned commando and how we use the same starting setup but on the second floor normally. We're using both on this one. At the time, was pretty new to the field still, so I hadn't really played too much commando, but I still knew the gist of it, and I kind of approached commando style for this game. So here I am, and you'll see on the right, that's the usual path on the catwalk, because that line goes straight to the other side. Sometimes you can go on the left, but it's not really a viable spot. But I got to take the floor into account. I also got to take the real left boundary on the floor, because to my left on the catwalk, that's usually, you know, I just glance over, there's the wall, there's no way to get there that quickly. So I make the decision right away, and I think it was the right decision, that I'm not going to get into this habit I do with commando and just run right up the middle. I'm going to go to the side because I want to take a look at what's going on, be aware of what's going on the first floor as well. Now I figure at least one enemy player is taking the ground floor. And remember, we're down a player already. So you know what, I'm going to take this spot on the left side, and I'm just going to let the clock run a little bit. It's new for everybody, a new situation for everybody on the field, so I'm going to wait out here in what I think is a safe situation, is a little safe area. We're down a guy, and let the enemy come to me and see what happens. Okay, you see the support posts here. I'm going to put this red overlay on top. So that's where the curtain would normally go to divide the field. What's interesting about that is it makes the Jeep a really interesting position if somebody can get to it, and it is easier for the south spawning team to get there. But if you're playing this game type and the curtain's back there, it's a good little place to dig in. I mean, once you're spotted, you know, you got to kind of head for cover, but good tactical advantage by controlling that, or at least, at the very least, you can distract the enemy who might be on top. So this is a really good spot because between these two buildings, this little alleyway, I can see the north-south path. So against the east side of the map, I can kind of glance there. I can see if anybody's underneath me. And with a quick look to my left, I can see if anybody is by that curtain Jeep area on the ground. Now, there is a little area in front of me that the enemy can come around and flank, actually from directly in front of me or to my right. But the reality is, you usually can hear people in that area. So you know what? I like this spot. At least I like it for now because, you know, anything can change second to second in paintball. Enemy spotted. Now this guy weaved his way through the buildings. He did a really good job at it. But you know, it's about inexperience in this game type because normally if you're in the situation where you are kind of hunting on the first floor in this area, you don't really expect anybody from on top. So I take him out with a bit of an easy shot here. If you want to call it a good play by me, it's not a bad play by him. When it comes to me and I take somebody out, it's usually luck, so let's say a little bit of luck taking this guy.
Hit! Nice shot! That's it?
Alright, so I get taken out by a guy who's like behind me to my right. He went through the hotel along kind of the back corner, the southeast corner, and one tapped me out. A hell of a shot. Good move by him to go around. So we talked about maybe lack of experience for that guy winding down below me that I took out, that he wasn't, you know, as aware, expecting something up on top. This guy, very aware, had a good plan. Again, luck's always involved with everything. I don't want to say I got taken out by a lucky shot because it was a hell of a shot. So I'm assuming the guy, you know, in his head thought it would be a good way to go around. And sure enough, it worked out for him.
I think I put the deep cold on.
So now we're going to flip sides. And this one isn't a long one. Again, it's a 2v3. I had to fix Connor's marker. You know, he waited it out, and as it happened, he didn't have to wait very long. Now, I decided right away that, you know what, I'm going to do the same thing the guy who took me out did. So I want to run up the stairs, go through the hotel, and kind of flank him around from the back here. And, well, there's just one thing about that. Going up the stairs is probably the most dangerous part about this. Well, going through the hotel can obviously be dangerous, but really, if I can't even get to the hotel if I can't get up those stairs. So if the enemy is at spawn, their line of sight is actually not too far from those stairs. So if they're paying attention, you know, I might have a tough time getting up those stairs. And I think you know where this is going. So, but let's let it roll here.
hit! I'm out! Coming through! I'm hit! Glad I bought these gloves. Ouch.
Alright, so that's it. Not a thrilling video, but just a little bit of fun. You know, we went out there, you know, the ref and the field owners wanted to try something different to see the situation, if, you know, they're using half fields, how it would play out. And, you know, it's, I think the first round kind of shows there's more potential there, just because I'm an idiot in the second. Don't think a lot of people would be great at this, but if you had like up to a 5-on-5, this could be a lot of fun. I mean, it could effectively be commando with 2 floors. Unfortunately, never played this game type again. Did not see the curtain come up anymore. As a matter of fact, when they had private rentals, what they do is, and then they had, say, a walking group, is you'd have one game where the walk-ins would play, and the rentals, rather the guys who rented the field would wait, and then they would switch, so there was constantly a game going, but it was an 8-minute wait. As it was, after an 8-minute game, usually at the field, is the staging area usually sat there for, you know, 10-15 minutes. So if the guys are ready and the refs were, you know, willing to go, this is the route it usually took when there were kind of 2 groups who weren't supposed to be mixed up together at the field. But I did like this scenario. It was kind of fun. There was a story I will tell in a dispatch to do when we actually tried the same thing, but on the west side of the field, and, well, that's a story for dispatch. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Remember, go out there and have fun. It's just a game. Usually I end by saying it's just a game. It's just a game, but just be nice to each other. Help those noobs. Be respectful. If you make an extra pull on the trigger, apologize to the guy. You know, take the higher ground. You know, grow the sport. Be positive. I think I've covered all the cliches, but then again, they're all true. Thanks again for watching. Later.
Game over.